Hi friends, welcome to Sai's Wonder Factory and this is Sai Sagar. Today I will be showing you how to pollinate Adenium flowers. Now pollination can be done by two types, hand pollination and pollination done by pollinators. But the people who stay in apartments, not much bees come into the balconies and pollinate the flowers. So only one option is left. They have to hand pollinate the flowers for the seeds. So today we'll learn how to hand pollinate adenium flowers. So behind me I have two varieties of adenium plants. One is the pink flower variety and the other is the white flower variety, as you can see. So now we'll be pollinating the pink flower variety. So for this, the main equipment needed is a paintbrush. Now get as small as possible because it has to go inside the flower. So now what I'll be doing is that I'll just pluck a flower. Now I'm plucking the flower just for demonstration. So now when you're pollinating it, you have to press it from down and then just put the paintbrush inside and just rotate it very gently without breaking the flower. Now what happens is that the stigma of the flower as well as the pollen grains of the flower, both of them are present inside the flower, unlike hibiscus and other flowers. So I'll just tear the flower up and show you what happens when you press it. Okay, so what happens is that when you press like this, if you can see here, when you press this opens and when you don't press it closes. So when you press like this, when it opens, you insert the paintbrush and you rub it. So like this it gets pollinated or else it won't pollinate. See, if you don't press it, then see, the paintbrush is not going inside properly. It's just going sideways. So now we'll do it with a flower on the tree. So here one thing to remember is that always choose new and fresh flowers for hand pollination because the old flowers might have the stigma dried out because it was not pollinated before. So here this is a fresh flower. So what will we do is here we'll press it like this and then insert the paintbrush gently and rotate it. Now you have to do this once every day until the flower has dropped, it has shed naturally. So until then you have to do this every day with the same flower. You have to do it very gently, otherwise the flower will snip off. Okay. Done now. Now the seed pods which will develop after the flower is pollinated will be something like this. So these two seed pods have developed after just pollinating one flower, and each of these seed pods may at least contain 20 to 50 seeds. Now another thing to remember is that once these seed pods dry up, the seed pods automatically open. Now if they open, the seeds which are present in the seed pods, they have like a cotton-like texture on them. They have such a structure. So as soon as they open, if the wind blows, then the seeds will come out of these seed pods and will fly away. So you won't be able to collect the seeds. So what you should do is when you see that the seed pod is starting to dry, it's becoming a bit brown from green, then take an iron rod and just wrap it around it. Or for the safer side, you can just put sellotape on it so that even after it opens, the seeds don't escape and you can reproduce them. So this is an update after 2 weeks of our adenium pollination. So I had pollinated this variety of adenium and now I'll show you our result of the method that I have used to pollinate. So here if you can see, I am zooming the camera. Here it has successfully been pollinated and the seed pods are developing inside. So the flower was there from almost 6 to 7 days, and 1 week after that the seed pod has developed a bit. Now for the first month the seed pod will develop a bit slowly in size, but then after that, after 2 months of this pollination, you'll see that the seed pod will stop to grow in size. That is when the seed pod, it will like start the process of becoming an adult, and then it will open and produce seeds. Now my most interesting part is that here, if you'll see in the previous video where I showed the pollination of the Adenium, these seed pods were closed, but today I found that these seed pods have just popped open, and all these feather-like structures are the seeds. So I'll just show you. So that's the reason you should always put a tape, or you should like wrap it with something so that when it pops open the seeds don't fly away. And that's also the reason why I'm shooting it inside our house, not outside, because outside right now it's windy and all the seeds will fly away. So I'll just remove one seed and show it to you. Two seeds. Okay, so here if you can see, this is one seed. Now these are the structures through which it will be very easy to fly away. And the center part over here where it's completely flat, this is the seed that you need to sow to get a new plant. Now before planting this seed for reproduction of this plant, one thing very important to remember is that you always have to remove these feather-like structures. Or else what will happen is that if you sow them with these structures, then these structures will start to catch fungus, and then the seeds will not grow, they'll just rot away. That's why to remove this, what you have to do is that very gently, don't press the seed too much, very gently pull this structure, and this structure will just come out. Don't pull this structure with force. See, came out. So this is the seed that we need to sow. Now this seed may look a bit dried out, but that's okay, it's just normal, it did dry out. So these are 2 seed pods, and one seed pod will at least contain 30 to 40 seeds. Means both of these from like 60 to 80 seeds minimum. So to remove these seeds, what you'll have to do is that gently scoop these out. Oh my god, just see how many seeds we have. I mean, this is my first attempt for pollination, and this is the result. So you have to try and remove each and every seed from the pods, or else they'll just fly away. So once you complete this process of harvesting the seeds, you can just cut off these pods, because after that they are going to be useless, and the plant will transfer more energy into the pods for keeping them alive just for no reason, and then you will have less flowering. So if you just cut off those pods, then it will be better, because as soon as you cut off them, after 1 to 2 weeks you will be able to see flower buds. And another thing to remember is that some people say that when you pollinate these flowers and you don't get any flowers while the seed pods are developing. That is true, and that is because when the pods are developing, that time all the energy of the plant is transferred into the pods growing, and the seeds developing inside the pods, and not much of the energy goes into flowering and reproduction of more flowers. So that's the reason, think twice before you pollinate Adenium flowers. If you are okay with less flowers for a time, then you can go further and pollinate these. And another thing is that these seed pods, from pollination, growing seed pods, until matured seed pods and harvesting the seeds, this whole process can take between 2 to 5 months of time. It depends on the variety of the Adenium. This one here took 2.5 months to 3 months, and it's successful. So these are our seeds in total. These might be at least 40 seeds right here. So now I hope this video was informative and interesting to you, and I hope that you have learned some information about pollination, and I'll see you very soon. Till